welcome to my first week of second year as an English student at Cambridge. For those of you that are new to my channel, hi, my name is Anna. Doing these first weeks of terms and years, I guess, has become a little bit of a tradition, so I hope you guys enjoy them. I much prefer doing weeks in a life than days in a life because I feel like you can't really encapsulate what goes on in Cambridge in a single day because days are just so different. In the same way that like person to person, the way a course works is entirely different, or even college to college, the way it's structured is also really different. So take this video with a pinch of salt. Obviously there is like specific things at specific times, like meetings and lectures and things like that, but the way I approach my degree is entirely different to someone else who approaches my degree. But I do hope you enjoy this video. Yes, the Cambridge week does start on a Thursday, and yes, it is as annoying as you can imagine. Considering it was my first ever in-person lecture, I decided to try and make myself look a little bit more presentable. As the term goes on, of course, I will not be doing this every single day though. So I am off to my first ever lecture. It's mad that I am a second year and I've never been to one of these. I do think it is very fitting that it is in the David Attenborough building. I've never been there, so I'm on my way. I've given myself a little bit of extra time. So I've got coffee and an apple with me and I'm trying to find it. Cambridge is actually surprisingly peaceful in the morning, which is really, really nice. After my lecture I had a doctor's appointment, so I went to that and I've just gotten back and had a snack, and I'm now just going to chill for like 20 minutes before my next lecture. The way that lectures are working this year is that we have to book a ticket online in order to be able to go, in order to keep the numbers capped, and if you can't go in person or you don't want to go in person, you can also watch them online. They are live recorded and then released 24 hours later. I wasn't originally planning on starting to go to in-person lectures yet. It was a bit overwhelming and a bit daunting to me, but I am so glad that I signed up and I went today. It's so nice to be around other students while I was learning and also get away from my desk and go somewhere else. It felt more like an event. And also last year I had a massive thing where I would just pause the lecture all the time. I know I shouldn't, but I would pause, I would rewind, and I would write far too much down, and I found that I actually absorbed so much more this way. I'm sure that as the term goes on, getting up and going to 9 AM lectures will feel less of a treat, but it was really nice to go today. Once I was back from the second lecture, I had a half-hour's lunch break and then I started on my essay prep reading that my supervisor has set. And after reading one of those books, I swapped over to the Practical Criticism seminar pre-reading. Tonight I'm having my college family over for dinner. I will be cooking a curry and one of my college spouses will be cooking some flatbreads to go with that. For those of you that don't know, college spouses are a tradition here at Cambridge where in first year you will pick someone to get married to, and this is because when you then reach second year you are given college children, and normally these will do your subject or have like similar interests to you so that you can help them settle into Cambridge, so that you can be a point of advice and just someone that you can go and chat to. But the idea of college families just make it a little bit more fun. It's tradition in the first week to either cook a meal for your college children or to take them out for food. Thank you. because I don't have a 9 a.m. lecture like I did yesterday, I'm having more of a chill start morning, so I've just made myself breakfast and then I've just found today's lecture handouts on Moodle, so I've just downloaded those and I'm adding my initial thoughts to them. I've found that pre-reading the lecture handout really helped me. I really don't know why I'm so much more tired today than I was yesterday when I literally had a 9 a.m. yesterday. But I now have 2 back-to-back lectures over in Sidgwick. I have one at 11 and then one at 12. Thankfully, they are at lecture theatres right next to each other. Baby, 지금 우린 함께 할 수 있을까? As I was really tired, I decided to take a little bit of a longer lunch break and do some painting to relax, and I think we should have a game of guessing how many frogs I'm going to end up painting this term. If you've watched my video from last year, you will see that my English degree is split up into several little subcategories. You'll have the period paper, which at the moment I am studying the medieval paper, and we also have the practical criticism and critical practice paper. And that starts in first year, but you also do it in second year. I have my first practical criticism seminar for the year today. For those of you that don't know, a seminar is small group teaching for English. Most of our seminars are kept in college, especially when it's like compulsory papers. As you will have seen yesterday, I had some preset reading that I had to read, and I think the way that this seminar is going to go is that we're just going to go and discuss those readings. After my seminar, I walked past the Plodge and picked up some post, and my family sent me this really cute case and this card. So every week the written work that I have to produce is an essay, and it is on my period paper. So for this term, that is the medieval paper. I do actually really enjoy medieval. It is my preferred period paper. For this week, we have been sat Chaucer's Dream Visions, and thankfully I have already read these poems over the summer. I now have 6 bits of critical reading to read that my supervisor has set for me, and then I also need to read whatever ones I feel relate to what I want to say in my essay as well. So I only managed to read one of the ones that she set for us yesterday, so I need to do a lot more reading today and tomorrow to prepare for this essay. Literally doing so well not locking myself out of my room this term. I went to go make dinner and I've locked myself out. Of course I have. So I'm now walking barefoot to go and get the spare key. This is one of the things I find really weird about having the week start on a Thursday, because it's now the weekend and it's the middle of the week. And I don't have any lectures or seminars, but I definitely am still supposed to be in working mode. So I don't have like a traditional weekend. I literally have an essay due tomorrow, but there is no sort of structured learning. It's much more, I guess, free for all. You can kind of do it however you want to. So for example, this morning I have been party planning. That's very exciting. And I also have been doing a little bit of publicity designing. This term I am trying my hand at doing some publicity design for theatre, for Antigone the musical. It's my friend Maddie's birthday today, so I'm meeting her in town for a coffee. We ended up staying out chatting for a couple of hours, and then I went to Boots to go and pick up a prescription. And then to take another chore off my to-do list, I did my washing. And the weather's been so nice today that I decided to sit outside and do my reading in the sun. At one point in the afternoon, my fellow English students Anna Maria and Ewan also joined me for a chat. After dinner, I started to make a rough essay plan. decided to take a break from my essay writing and come out on a walk, and I think I'm going to go and do my food shopping now. Basically, I'm just getting really frustrated with my essay, and I mean, that was always to be kind of expected because I haven't written an essay now for like months over the summer, so I have to kind of get back into the groove and the swing of it. Thankfully, today is a really, really nice day, and Cambridge has a lot of green space and is genuinely beautiful. Stress today that was my essay deadline, I decided to take the rest of the evening off. I painted my nails as a bit of self-care. I'm now just getting ready to go to a house party which some of my friends are hosting. It's just a small one in one of the rooms above from mine, and I'm not going to stay very late because I have a 9 AM lecture tomorrow. I also don't drink. I just wanted to say that just to show that you can still have like a nightlife and you can still have fun at Cambridge even if you don't drink. I also am really happy that this year I get to do more of the like evening nightlife sort of things. After my 9 AM lecture, I then read my supervision partner's essay in preparation for my first supervision of the year, and after that I decided to treat myself to some pancakes and take a little bit of time off, so I made some caramelised apples to go on top as well for that full vibe, and I sat in the sun. I have my first supervision of second year, and for those of you that don't know, supervisions are an Oxbridge thing. I think Oxford has another name for them, but it's basically just one-on-one, or for me it's two-on-one teaching, very small group teaching. I'm honestly really nervous about it because the medieval paper is, I guess, my paper, like it's the thing I've been most excited to study, so I really want to make a good first impression. Also, I'm not particularly happy with the first essay that I've written. It's not my best work, which I think is just adding to the stress of the situation as well. I did find that over the course of last year I learnt to enjoy supervisions a lot more, to treat them as a way of discussing and sort of actively thinking out loud rather than as a test. And it's one of the things that really sold Cambridge to me, especially as a humanities student. That one-on-one sort of talking about your essay and working through your essay is just so valuable, and to be able to have that sort of discussion with someone who's at the top of their field and the top of the field that you're studying is just an amazing opportunity that I want to take the most out of. After my supervision, I went to the English library because the English faculty and the library share the same building, so it was easiest just to go straight away. Your day and ask you how it is. Why are you being cruel when we could have? Because I'm doing the medieval paper this term, I have translation classes instead of seminars, so I just did my pre-reading for that. I was supposed to have 2 in-person lectures this morning, but I actually have a meeting which clashes, so I'm going to watch those both online. I'm now off for a meeting at Robinson College to talk about one of the optional papers that I'm taking this year. I am swapping the long 18th paper out for the early medieval paper. So I just finished finished my meeting and the supervisor my DOS has chosen for me was so lovely. We had such a nice chat and I didn't think it was possible, but I'm even more excited for this paper now than I was before. After returning some books to the library, I decided to go on a walk. This year I really want to work on giving myself time to do nothing, to just be on my own and not have to worry about work or socialising. And that's kind of what I did last night as well, and that's why there's not really any videoing from last night. It can be really easy at Cambridge to get all caught up in sort of grind culture and also socialising, and it's really important to take time for yourself and to kind of just stop for a little bit. And these little clips are just proof that I shouldn't be left unsupervised around the bookstores in the market. I have realised that this video really plays into the stereotype of English students as just reading all the time. You might not be able to hear me over the fan in here, but tonight I am having my Zoom date night with my boyfriend. If you have seen my vlogs from last year, you'll see that this is something we came up with doing in order to help with like long distance in our relationship, to sort of make sure that we definitely made time for each other every week. It's something that I really enjoy and he really enjoys, and we find works really well for us. We pick a new recipe to try every week because we both like to cook, and we both cook the same recipe and then we'll just sit on Zoom and eat it together. Who needs an alarm clock when you have 7 AM fire alarms? This morning I am heading off to the English faculty library because I found that this week trying to work in my room has made every task just last much longer than it needs to, so I'm going to try and work in the library and see if that helps the situation. I'm going to watch the 2 lectures that I missed yesterday and hopefully also do a little bit of reading. My friend Theo is also coming to study with me. I needed to go to the post office, so I went out on a walk in a hunt for that, but I got lost so many times trying to find it. This is a little bit meta, but I decided to take a break from reading and being a walking English student stereotype to make the thumbnail for this video. You may have seen that my channel's had a little bit of a revamp. That is because since I got an iPad, I can draw my logos and I can draw my thumbnails by myself, and I really love designing things, so yeah, I'm really proud of them and I hope you guys like it. It is one of my friend's birthdays today and a group of us are going to see his play at the Corpus Playroom to celebrate. For all of the student theatre I do at Cambridge, I've actually never seen the Corpus Playroom, so I'm firstly excited to see that and then also obviously excited to see the play. And that is it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Please do give it a big thumbs up if you have, and also subscribe if you are new here. I'll be meeting so many of you lovely people now that I'm back in Cambridge, and honestly makes my day, and it makes me feel like all of this is worth it and that I'm actually helping people. That is my intention with these videos, to kind of demystify Cambridge and to share my experience of Cambridge in order to make it feel a little bit less daunting. Please do comment below if there are any sorts of videos that you guys would like to see this year.